have a husband in order to do anything now.
4 or 5 different men working in the same workplace were having an affair with your wife.
Until like 5 minutes into the day, he never came back.
Yet he still loves her and is ready to adopt the child.
It's so crazy how y'all become grandfathers. Decide, oh, I want to give it a younger girl.
I humbled myself when I met you. You really love me, and I get it. You want me to wear the ring, but it needs to be a bigger ring.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Now, before we get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
If any other 25-year-olds feel me on this. So I'm 25, turning 26, but I still feel so young. I moved out when I was 22. I've been financially independent for as long as I can remember. Like discarding my parents paying for my rent at uni, otherwise fully financially independent. Because I didn't have a job at uni. But like, despite all of this, I just cannot imagine like having a husband, a family, kids, a house. I just can't imagine all of that. That feels like such a foreign, far away concept to me. And it's a scary one. Like, I actually can't think of anything scarier than having like a home, family, kids. Like, and do you know what it is? I feel like the way I feel is normal. I feel as though social media and this weird sort of time that we're in has made people feel like 25 is this really well-established age and you're supposed to have it all lined up now. And I really don't think that's the case. Like, we don't live, especially as women, we no longer live in a society and an economy where you literally need to have that all patterned by now in order to like sustain life. Like, you don't need to have a husband in order to do anything now. Like, you don't need a man. So I feel like this is actually a very normal way to feel, but I feel abnormal because what is the rush? Everyone's on a different path at their own timeline. And like, people always ask me, oh, like, when you want a house, when you're settling down. Like, bro, I'm a young, hot babe. I'm 25. I'm a hot girl. What do you mean when I might get a husband? What are you talking about, bro?
This is the thing that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, we come from times where by 20 they were married with like 5 kids, most people, right? And it's sad because white girls go to college, and by the time they're out of college, they got their husband, they got their doctor husband, their lawyer husband, and black women do the same thing, and they miss the mark. I'm sad to see it because my black people, I'm black, they're missing the mark. I see white women trash. Yeah, white women and black women are trash, but who's missing the mark more? People from where I'm from. It's sad to see, but yeah. And then you're going to be 30, and then you're going to be 40. Oh, I'm a hot babe. You're saying the same thing.
Introduce myself. I'm Suzanne. I am 63. I'm the host of Advice for Seniors. I have a podcast for those of you who like listening to podcasts. You can find me on Apple, iTunes, and Spotify, and on sexadviceforseniors.com. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I do some entrepreneurial stuff. I sing professionally, jazz and blues as well around London.
Let me stop it right there because grandma, she's cooking. All right. I respect grandma's hustle. But to me, there's no avenue. Why is there no avenue? Of course, you can make some money because there's going to be old people that are sitting around saying, yeah, I want sex. Yeah, I want it. And grandma does too. And she's probably having it. She's probably having her way with a young guy right now as we speak. So I can't down her at all. But still, most guys that are her age. Most guys her age are retiring, going off to foreign lands, finding women for them, living life while she's chasing down podcasts. Independent woman, same thing with the last woman. This is your future life.
People have affairs, but it may be one co-worker, but you're telling me that 4 or 5 different men working in the same workplace were having an affair with your wife and they all knew about it.
I'm trying to explain to you, Your Honor, how I caught her with one of them.
That's when you took the kids?
No, that's when I brought the kids to her.
Yeah.
And she answered the door 15 minutes later.
Got that part.
I left. I drove down the road about a mile, and I was like, there's something fishy about this. I drove back, and when I walked back into the house, there was a whole ashtray full of different cigarette butts.
Different cigarette butts?
Yeah, not her kind of cigarettes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said, someone's in my house.
Right.
And I seen a shadow run through there, and there was a guy who ran through there. He ran into my boys' toy room and hid down beside their toy box.
And you found this shadow?
Yeah, shadow, it was a person.
And was the person one of your coworkers?
Yeah.
He never worked for him.
He's
He just
working
said he
for him right now.
He said he worked with him.
He never worked with him.
Maybe you didn't know
he
worked with
He
him.
might now, but he never did before.
So who was the man, and why was he in your husband's house?
That was one of the times that he had abandoned us again. So I was trying to get on with my life. Every single time that he left us and he seen me getting on with my life, there he was again. He dropped my job.
So getting on with your life means every time he left, you started an affair with somebody else, and
No,
then
I
your
didn't
husband
do
would
that.
show up?
This is the one time.
Well, you said every single time.
That he left when I tried to get on with my life. When I stayed with my
try
parents.
to get on with my life mean?
Get on my feet and be able to pay the bills and take care of my children and feed them.
And get another man?
She knows, and I know she knows.
No.
You heard, Your Honor,
Okay,
you
but
heard.
I was asking you about
not.
this particular time, and you said...
Now, this is sad because she was getting some get back apparently for no reason. What's the whole point of sleeping with all those co-workers? She's a 3 or 4.
If my boyfriend asks me to marry him, I'm going to say no. Why am I going to say no? Because we started dating 5 years ago, and then a month after we started dating, his friend started dating his girlfriend. And they had a kid after 2 years of being together. We had our daughter after 4 years of being together. His friend pays all the bills in their home. We pay 50-50. His friend got engaged last year, and we haven't gotten engaged. His friend,
there's no comparison,
got married this past weekend.
She's basing her life off of how other people are living their life. If you got a woman doing this, run very fast. Let her finish.
And the crazy thing is that when we started talking, he said, if we last a year, I'd like to get married and try for a baby. So a year came by, nothing. Then he said, well, maybe after 3 years, let's look at it like a lease payment. You get 3 years. 3 years came by, nothing. And then he said, maybe 5. 5 is a big deal. Bet. 5 came, nothing. So I got tired of dropping hints, got tired of sending ring photos, and I was just hoping that it would happen. So he goes to his friend's wedding this weekend, and I'm hoping that it would be a motivator, but to be honest, at this point, I don't even care. Like, I really don't care. Like, the magic of the idea of how he would propose and all of that, it's like, if you had that much doubt about marrying me, now I have these doubts. Like, why? What do you need? What's not enough? Shoot, I know I'm enough. You're not about to make me feel insecure. So he says, well, I made you the mother of my first and only child, and that should be good enough, because that's a big deal. That's forever. And yeah, it's a big deal. That's forever. But like, damn, I'm good enough to be a baby mama, but I'm not good enough to be a wife. So at this point, I'm like, if he proposes, I'm going to say no. Why? Because if it took him so long and he had so many doubts, he thinks it's all under his control, his power. Like, when I feel like it, that's when I'm going to propose and she's just going to say yes. No. I have some say too. And I can say no. Just because you propose doesn't mean I'm going to say yes.
All right, let me stop it right there. Now, you heard when she said, he said, I'm pregnant. Isn't that good enough? That right there shows the man doesn't trust that system. And I don't blame him. Most men don't. They don't trust getting married anymore. And a man feels woman don't oblige. They won't abide by that. So he doesn't feel it's worth it. And since you have his kids, he feels like that's enough. And he most likely won't do it.
Oh, you gotta watch this one. Putting me out because I don't want to wear this cheap ring. That your own mama wouldn't wear.
Well, you know what I had to do?
Wear show ring.
Like, you know.
Show the ring.
Like, bro,
show the ring. No, bro, it's like, come on now.
Man, you can get out, bro.
That's
like, straight up, bro. That's disrespectful, bro. Like,
would you want your daughter to wear a ring like that? Would you want your daughter to wear a ring like that?
You love to hide me?
Baby.
You so ungrateful.
I'm ungrateful.
Like, man.
You ungrateful because you know the type of men I mess with. You know the type of men I talk to.
You know what type of guy I was.
Next level. Next level. Like, come on, I seriously humbled myself when I met you. I humbled myself when I met you.
It don't even matter, bro.
And you tripping about this little bitty?
I'm gonna get my money back in the ring, bro.
Come on now, y'all.
Like, I'm gonna get my money.
For real? No.
I'm gonna get my money back. Like, you can go.
You're mad.
You don't even know you left it.
I know I left it.
Okay, it's cool, though.
Oh, I know I left it.
Man, we just going our separate way. We ain't even gotta do this.
Come on now, you want me to be clown? All my friends got these fat rocks, these big rocks.
Then you laugh. That's all you do, bro. You a social media person. Look at you. Come on, man, you putting people out business. Just going about your business.
Why don't you even want me to walk around with that little bitty ring? That's a reflection of you.
It's cool, though.
You want people to know we broke?
Man, it's cool, yo.
You want people to know we ain't got it?
I ain't broke. I'm
it's
cool.
given we ain't got it.
I'm cool. I'm decent. I ain't worried about nothing.
Dude,
I ain't got shit to nobody. I'm cool. Hey, how would you know? How you know?
How would I? I don't know if they real or not. I just know it's not cute.
You're weird. All right, go get. We ain't gotta do this no more.
I mean, I really could be doing better. I really could be doing better. Big mad.
You lame.
Big mad.
You lame for that.
Look at him.
That's lame. That's over lame, bro. Just go on.
But what's lame is that little bitty ring. You ought to be grateful.
It don't matter. We ain't gotta do this no more.
You ought to be grateful. Upgrade it. Upgrade it.
It's cool.
Upgrade it and I'll wear it. If you want me to wear it, you really love me and I get it. You want me to wear the ring, but it needs to be a bigger ring.
I ain't doing it no more. You ungrateful.
Shouts out to him. He broke it off. It goes on for about another 2-3 minutes, but he broke it off and he means what he said. He felt it in his heart. He bought that wanting to get married. The ring shouldn't matter. That's how he feels. All that matters is I'm marrying you. Once you start to talk about the ring is not enough, oh, you got no money, or my girlfriend's got these fat rocks, he said get out. He felt that way. But you're going to put down my ring I bought you out of the kindness of my, not even out of the kindness of my heart, because I loved you. That's what he did. And the man he should have been thinking like the last man. Wait a minute. With a woman like that, she's going to divorce you, bro. She actually did you a favor. Be thankful. Don't plan on getting married for a long time, especially not in the West, because you're going to bump into another headache.
Okay, so I had a date yesterday. I've had lots of dates. And I'm actually like just tired of the whole process. Really, I am. I'm like disgusted with it. But you know what? At least it gives me good content. Like for you guys, entertain you. So I had this date yesterday. This guy like from Facebook dating app. And he had like been, you know, wanting to see me for like a week or two now. And I kept putting him off. But anyway, he came to, you know, where in Stanford, and you know, I met him at a diner. We sat down, and not even until like 5 minutes into the date, he's like, "Oh, I gotta make a call," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I am sipping water. He never came back. Blind? Who leaves a woman like that just sitting there by herself? That's just like plain rude and disgusting. This is why women are sick of dating losers like him.
No, she's a liar. See, you can't listen to these women that get on TikTok. Think about what happened. I can look at her face and see it already. She catfished him. She probably used a picture from 5-10 years ago when she was a little slimmer, a little younger. So he saw her. She's not that much out of shape. She probably lost weight recently. But he saw her and said, "Oh, no. I thought you was a little slimmer and a little younger." And he didn't come back. Stop catfishing, guys.
She cheated on him while they were together, got pregnant by somebody else, yet he still loves her and is ready to adopt the child as his own.
And who's that? Oh, it's Mr. MVP, Sim!
Look, some dudes be so in love with a female that they would literally do anything. And actually, technically, that's the definition of unconditional love. Like loving somebody without conditions. So they don't have to be a certain way for you to love them. They can just be whoever they are and you love them regardless. But you got to be smart. Like, come on now. Like, you got to have some type of boundaries. Like, you got to have some type of respect for yourself to say, look, I'm not going to take this, this, and this. You're not just going to walk all over me and do whatever you want and expect me to love you unconditionally, you know. But some dudes be delusional like that. Females be delusional too. So, you know, it's just, what's your level of delusion? I don't know. But this is crazy though. Like, this is literally like mind blowing to me. Like, you cheat on me, get pregnant by somebody else, and you want me to take care of the kid? You must be out your fucking mind.
Sad. This dude's a sucker.
If I was a man in today's society, I would not get married. Let me explain. In the modern era, marriage is completely outdated. The tax breaks you get from it aren't even that good. And to be really honest, it is geared towards protecting the woman in the relationship in the event of divorce.
Sure is. That's what a lot of men aren't.
There's such a major financial incentive for women to get divorced. As soon as there's even a hint of unhappiness, as a man, you should never sign a contract with someone who is rewarded for breaking it. No sane, informed man would or should sign that contract. As a businessman, it is one of the worst contracts you could possibly sign in your entire life.
Y'all's dating lives suck. I'm scrolling through TikTok. There's this girl who screenshotted a conversation that she had with a boyfriend, and she titled the video, "We Live in a Sassy Man Apocalypse." On the conversation, the boyfriend's basically like, "Hey, look, we kind of only talk to each other when I message you first." And she's like, and he was like, "We also kind of like only hang out when I like plan and initiate things." And she's like, and he was like, "Well, I kind of would like for you to know, sometimes you message me first, sometimes you want to like plan something, initiate something." She goes, "You want to be the girlfriend so bad. You want me to bring you flowers too?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And the comments, I'm not making this up. The comment section of that, first of all, the video is viral, millions of likes, hundreds and thousands of women are like, "The Sassy Man Apocalypse is getting out of hand." And one of the comments was like, "Girl, you ate with that. You want to be a girlfriend so bad." I was like, he just wants you to put in some effort. I felt so bad for him because I was looking at her page, and she's so pretty, and they're so young. They're like 18, 19. And on top of her being pretty, she got more cake than a bakery. And my first thing is like, this is gonna have to be a learning experience for you, my guy. This is just gonna be for character development. Because I know when I was that age, if you were pretty and had cake, there was a 99% chance I was gonna let you ruin my life. So let's pray for this young man right quick. Lord, please don't let this young man take as long as I did to learn that, you can't just ignore terrible personalities and a lot of red flags for looks. It never ends well. Also, let's hope that this man after this breakup is going to have one of the best glow ups of 2024, because it's that's not last. You and I both know you sent her to him for the plot. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I didn't learn that lesson until I was like 21. And then he's got a whole other lesson to learn, because once they pretty and they nasty in bed, it's like a double whammy. Then you're super confused. And then I didn't learn that lesson until I was like, I'm 27 now. I didn't learn that lesson until I was 25. Because at first I'm like, okay, it takes more than looks. They got to be nasty in bed too. Now I'm at the age where I'm like, okay, I need some peace too. So I'm hoping it doesn't take him that long to realize.
It may take the young lad a long while. Seriously, it's a long, and he got a bad one. I get what the guy's saying. That's why he prayed for him. But man, young grasshopper, you must learn.
I ain't letting no old suck the life out of me. No, I'm not doing it. Why? You want to hoe around in your 20s and your 30s. Now you're 50 and you single because you was hoeing around all around town. Community did. Want to get somebody that's younger because they less used. You're used. So you're used up and you want somebody less used up. No, go ahead and get your match.
Thanks, Sugar Daddy.
And she made just the point that she needed to make, because it's so crazy how y'all become grandfathers and uncles and decide, oh, I want to give it a younger girl.
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Holla. Wait a minute. Did they just flip the whole thing on its head and try to make it seem like guys are doing that the most? The nerve of you. Or they must have I don't know. She don't have a clue. The other girl probably doesn't have a clue too, but this is wild. A lot of a woman doesn't understand a man's plight. I think it's just easy. It's not. Let me continue though, because I want to hear more of the delusion.
And decide, oh, I want to give it a younger girl. She don't got no kids. I ain't got to worry about nothing. How does she benefit from being with you? You need daycare? Like, she don't want to sit around and babysit your grandkids. Why do you, with your 3 baby mothers, deserve the young lady that doesn't have no kids? The math is just not mathing. Why does she have to waste her good years on an old man? It don't be adding up. And used is used. That's the truth.
Now, you see what they're saying, but let a man say, I will not get with a baby mother. All hell will break loose. Because that's happening more.
So I just canceled a date with a man. It is Friday night. I have no plans, no roster, nothing. So I'm going to go for a 6-mile run, because what else am I going to do on a Friday night? And honestly, I am very proud of myself for doing this. It's very strict around here these days when it comes to these men. And that's why I'm back to like dating older, rich, white men, because they are just like reaffirming my standards are not too high. I'm not asking for too much. This guy that I'm supposed to go on a date on or whatever was the one I met out in the wild that was on my last vlog, the one who bought me those tacos after I was catfished by that 52-year-old man. And he got my number like 2 weeks ago, ghosted for a week, and texted me early in the week, I would love to get together and do something. I was like, cool, let me know. That was on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday goes by. Oh, I'm so sorry, I was busy with work. How about Friday? Are you free Friday? And I was like, sure, I'm free Friday. I don't understand. Work is not that busy to send a text message. So I said, sure, I'm free Friday. Where are we going? What's the plan? And he goes, oh, we can go to this sushi place, like down the street from his house in Wicker Park. I don't like when they say it's down the street from their house. I live in River North. I'm like, okay, we can go to sushi. And then he sends some weird cryptic messages like, I can't promise it'll be a good time, but, you know, we'll have good food. And I just said, what is... I was already, like, very much turned off. But I'm like, maybe I'm too strict. So Friday morning comes today, and it's like 10:30 a.m. And I was just like, something in my gut is like, I don't want to go. And that's why I texted him like, hey, can you confirm like the time of the reservation and like the location? And I don't hear from him all day. 2 o'clock comes around, and in my gut, I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to go. I don't even want to go. And I reach out again, and I'm just like, hey, just wanted to check in. Like, are we still? Because all of me would have, like, honestly just ghosted, cut him off. But I was like, maybe that's why I'm single. So I'm like, let me lower my standards just a little bit. So I text him that, and he's like, oh, so sorry, like, so busy with work. Yeah, let's meet at 8 o'clock. Does that work for you? And I was like, well, I thought.
All right, now, what was that I'm trying to communicate with the rainbow? What is she saying? Somebody help me, because I think she's saying I don't like men. Like, I'm confused. Why are you talking to the guy?
We agreed to 6 earlier in the week. Why are we moving to 8? I made up some excuse telling him like, hey, I have like opportunities to have other plans right now. Like, are we meeting or not? Like, let me know. And then he sends some long message, just like, well, if you want to hang out with your friends, whatever, we can schedule for another time. I tell him, well, I'm not going to be free till like the end of September because I'm a busy girl. And he was like, yeah, let's just schedule for like 2 weeks out. And I told him, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be interested in 2 weeks. And then I honestly just cut to the chase. I was like, I don't really get the sense you're interested, and I'm really not used to the nonchalant. I'm not used to there's no pursuit. Like, you're not showing, like, you're not planning the date.
Drizzle.
And then he sends back some message, and this is already too much back and forth. I already know I should not have done this, but I'm trying.
I gotta stop it because she's throwing flags all over the place. So she doesn't like nonchalant, but women love nonchalant. She wants women to be more aggressive, but she said she doesn't really want to go on a date. So she's looking for every way out of it. And then in the beginning of the conversation, she says she likes white millionaires. You gotta be kidding me. You must live in New York City, but still, you don't have millionaires all around, right? They're not just walking up your block unless you live in the city. And still you have to search it out. These women are so lost and so confused. It's sad to see. A lot of you are going to feel 2030 hard. It's not far off.
Not in the way that you think. So if you're new here, I'm talking about how people treat me differently after they realize I'm an engineer, especially guys that are hitting on me. So for the most part, when I'm out in social settings, like, my career almost never comes up because guys just love to talk about themselves. But in the instances that it does come up, for the most part, guys try to either make themselves seem like they are a bigger deal than they are and start to brag to me about all the different ways they earn money. Or they'll tell me about random science things that they know that for the most part aren't even true. But they almost never ask me any follow-up questions about what I do or if I like my job or, what I like doing outside of my job. They immediately default to talking about themselves again, but this time using phrases that they weren't just using to make themselves sound smarter, I think. I don't know. It gets really weird.
All right, so she said that. Then she said this.
Has anyone else noticed the way men treat you when you tell them where you work or what?
So when I was an engineer, I actually used to lie about what I did for a living whenever I would meet men for the first time. And it was really because they would react
All right, so she's not an engineer anymore.
Of one of 3 ways, right? It would be like, I don't believe you, or, oh wow, you're smart, or, oh, she makes way more money than me, I shouldn't be talking to her. And I got used to that for a very long time, right? But now I'm a travel influencer, and whenever guys ask me what I do, I always say influencer. And now men think I am the dumbest woman to ever walk the face of planet Earth. They will literally be like, oh, and what do you do, mate?
I seen that, and then I seen her TikTok page. Tons. She's everywhere, all over the place, doing everything. In every video, she's by herself. She's by herself. No man. She hasn't got any man. Not talking about having kids. She probably doesn't care to have kids. And so I'm looking at it going, yeah, you had a career. Very good career. You left it. She left it to become a traveler, right? Still no man. So all of that, you had all that success in life, but your goal was to get a man. That's the issue. Your woman is spinning in circles and not going anywhere. It's sad to see, but tons of you are doing it. And guys actually are trying to do the opposite. Guys are trying to get wives. Some are not. Some guys just want to play around. But guys are trying to do the work. And that's why guys avoid women like you, because they realize it's definitely more to life than getting with a woman like that.
Facts.